Hola, buenos días. This video I'm going to respond to a question that someone sent me about their learning experience in college and how they can improve in a certain area. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen for you, but I'll read it to you just in case you're just listening to this rather than watching it. So here comes the question. Okay, so here's the letter. I'll go ahead and read it to you. It says, so I'm writing today either looking for advice, help, or maybe just a complaint, so please bear with me. As I mentioned in my last email, this person emailed me once before asking for help with poor versus para, I believe it was. I'm currently in Spanish 102 at a university in North Carolina. I just spent spring break in Guatemala living with a host family and learning Spanish through total immersion. It was awesome. I did really well and was in an area with zero English speakers and still held conversations, ordered in restaurants, bought things, and even interpreted for some non-Spanish speakers. However, I can't seem to get better than a 75% on any of my exams. Last semester, my lowest grade was a 95%. What the heck? I do know that I read and write better than I speak. I'm an A student with a 3.89 GPA. I care a lot about my GPA and study long hours. Any advice? How to better prepare for Spanish exams? How to get over this hurdle? Thanks for listening and the help. Oh, and I left their name out. Just I wasn't sure if they wanted to be anonymous or not. But so this is what I think you should do. So getting ready for an exam in college isn't really that much different than high school, even before that. There are certain things that you should do, in my opinion, all throughout your education. And the reason that you do these is just to help you succeed. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you know exactly what is going to be on the test. Obviously, your teacher, professor isn't going to say, this is the problem or this is the question I'm going to ask you, but they'll tell you this is the topic or the theme of what I'm going to be testing you on. So find that out, because if you don't know exactly what to be studying for, then you could be studying for the wrong thing or not studying enough for one specific thing and then come into the test unprepared. So make sure you exactly know. If you don't know, then talk to your teacher, go to their professor, go see him or her during his or her office hours, and sit down and make sure you ask. It's their job to have office hours, I'm pretty sure, as a professor. If you're in high school, then teachers typically have a prep period, or sometimes they'll be able to see you after school. So make sure you know what's going to be on the test. I know if a student asks me what's going to be on the test, I'll say, you study this, 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 and that, and you will probably be successful on the test. And then next thing you should do is ask your professor, that very professor, what do you think the best method is to prepare for your test? Because each professor is going to be different. They're not going to have the same testing strategies as a previous professor. So I imagine that your new teacher might have a different way of testing your abilities with the language than a previous one did. So, I've had students that come from a different school and have had Spanish before and done really well, and then come to my class and not do as well because I have different expectations than a different teacher might have. They might not necessarily be higher, but they might be more specific on certain topics. So get to know your teacher, get to know what exactly they expect, and if you don't know, go and find out. And then when you get your test back, if you got a 75% or you got some stuff wrong, make sure that you understand why you got it wrong so that you can learn from your mistakes and not make that same mistake the next time. That's kind of my advice. I don't know if it sounds obvious or not, but that's what I tell you to do. Hopefully it helps. Good luck, and hopefully you get your GPA back up or your grades in that Spanish class back up, and maybe let me know. We'll see you next time. Thanks.